Yo, 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 Salaam nerds. My name is Neebz, aka Watch with Neebz. Wait a second.
Wait a second.
Wait a second.
Imposter.
Now, my name is Jazz, and this is our podcast. The reason why I did that is because, Neebz, did Fawaz ever send you his intro?
Yes, he did. So, yes. So apparently I do this intro and I made it a catchphrase, and people like to mock me and copy it a little bit, and they'll always send me little voice notes of going, yo, 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 Salaam nerds, it's me.
I'm playing it. I actually got it. Hold up. Check this out. Tell me how accurate this is, okay?
Yo, Salaam nerds! It's your boy Neebz, aka Watch with Neebz, and I'm here with my boy Jazz.
That's not my voice.
Like
that's somebody impersonating me.
Sounds pretty good.
Shout out to my boy Fawaz. He's a friend of ours from New York, but he's like traveling everywhere. So, anyways, welcome to Salaam nerds. We are now into our very first anime episode. But before we get started on that, I'd like to introduce our guest. We have Toyin. Please go ahead.
Hi, I'm Toyin. Part of Religiously Nerdy. I'm a big anime nerd.
Big anime nerd. Okay. All right. Our favorite main villain from Naruto, Toby. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so this is weird because I do not watch Naruto, but anyone who knows Toby is like a character from Naruto who was like, I don't even know. So this comes up a lot. But yeah, I'm Toby. I'm Toyin's twin, if you didn't know that. And I'm also a huge anime nerd. So, yeah.
All right. And last but not least, from Religiously Nerdy, we have Ellie.
Hey y'all, I'm Ellie. I'm a huge anime and manga nerd. Yes, sir. Let's get into
it, y'all.
it.
You're not going to tell about Religiously Nerdy. You're not going to talk about anything else, just that y'all are nerds.
We are religiously nerdy. We like to talk about pop culture and spirituality. We want to just find other Muslim nerds out there and just kind of bring them out, get y'all out here, because we know y'all are out here. That's why we have stuff like Salaam Nerdcast. We just want to see other Muslim nerds be out there, happy, proud, being nerdy, just your true, genuine selves.
Yes.
So, Ellie, I see in your video, for those of you who know, all this is a podcast. We do actually record the video behind this. I see a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure poster behind you. Has anyone here, aside from Ellie, obviously, has anyone else here seen that anime?
So I haven't watched that anime.
Okay.
But
you
Jazz,
know Neebz, you haven't. We know Neebz, you only watch Attack on Titan.
Wait, Jazz. I think I do know a little bit because I remember there was a TikTok trend where it would be like JoJo pose, JoJo pose.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys remember that? Is that from the same show? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh, look at that! Look at me making connections.
You can do a pose, Neebz?
Pose. What's an anime pose like?
Oh no,
that's
you
Hulk
have
Hogan.
No.
give us a
not
true JoJo pose. So over the top. You're breaking
you can't
your back.
even do it. Yeah.
Oh no! I am too old to be breaking my back. My deductible on my insurance is way too high for that shit.
Okay, for those of you who are now listening to this, actually tuned in, now that I've weeded out all the non-nerds who know about JoJo. And if you actually are here, let me give you a quick background about what JoJo is. JoJo is it's called Bizarre Adventure for a reason, because it is the most bizarre show you will ever see. When I first watched it, the first season, I was like, what the hell is this? I could not get into it. And then for some reason though, it's addicting. As bad as it is, you want to keep going. How do y'all feel about that?
So when I first watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it was just on a whim. I saw it and I was like, okay. I didn't really put two and two together. I it was really just, I saw these big dudes and I was like, this must be a fighting anime. And I just wanted to try something new. Little did I know. It was far from, is it though? It's not that far from the truth. it is a fighting anime, but it's not that kind of fighting anime. But
It ain't Dragon Ball Z, I'll tell you that much.
it ain't Dragon Ball Z. But when I first started watching it, the first season kind of had me in a drag, but then it had me in a chokehold, and I just could not escape. Especially when we started learning about Speedwagon, and I was like, "This guy is my hero."
Oh, that's another fun fact. Most of the characters are named after popular 80s like rock bands.
For real? So
Yeah.
That's
Speedwagon
pretty
is actually
cool.
by like REO Speedwagon.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Like no, I'm serious. Like
Wait, who else we got then? Who else we got? Do
there's
we have
White
like, Bon Jovi?
Snake. Yeah.
We have Iggy from Stardust Crusaders after Iggy Pop. We have Muhammad Abdul, which is loosely after.
Paula Abdul?
Yes, sir. We have John Pierre Polnareff. I can't remember who he's based off of, but it's an 80s band guy as well.
In the most recent one, like there are like 5 parts to it, and like the most recent one's called Stone Ocean.
Yes.
The main character's name's Jolene.
Yes. And even in the show, they
Ah.
actually sing Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Hold up, I'm gonna
that's
try to
pretty
go through
cool.
all the stand names because I know a lot of them.
One of
are-
them, Spicy Lady,
also-
which is supposed to be Spice Girl.
What did these wrestlers or what are they, fighters or
No.
what? Like what are they doing?
I
We
can't explain it.
can't.
It's just impossible to explain what it is.
I am so lost.
Yeah, you don't understand. You have to watch JoJo for any of this to make sense. Because if I try to explain what a stand is, or what Haman is, or what any of it is, it will make zero sense to you because there's no context to it.
So
Okay.
even if I try, okay, I'm gonna try to take on this hefty task. So
Explain it the worst way
Okay.
possible. You know how they have those like memes where it's like explain this movie poorly. Do
okay,
that.
so a stand. It all started when Jonathan Joestar's dad found a mask, and that mask gave Dio Brando, his adopted brother, vampiric powers, and then, oh crap. I don't know how to explain anything else after this.
Anyway, so Dio is a vampire.
Oh, so it's about
who's
vampires.
hell-bent on taking over the world. But his weakness is fire and breathing in the first 2.
Wait, his weakness is breathing in fire or just breathing in general?
Just
Breathing in general.
There's something called Haman, and if you breathe correctly, you can unleash
Harness
his
the power.
And a more refined version of this power, there's a physical manifestation of it called a stand.
And these stands are these kind of phantom-like beings that only other stand users can see. But if you get hit by a stand, you get hit by a stand.
That makes no sense to me. If you get hit by a stand, you get hit by a stand. What
It
does
means
that mean?
exactly what I said. If you get hit by a stand, you get hit by a stand. I can't.
You can say it again. It won't make more sense.
And yes, these
Like my
stands.
only knowledge of the stands thing, because I watched a show called Gintama and they're like a parody anime. So they
Yes.
had like a parody arc of JoJo. So that's how I kind of understand what stands are because of that. So because it's like they're like ghosts, right? But then like they're always standing with them. That's why it's called stand, right? Or something like that. I don't know.
They stand in your place during a fight.
Oh.
That's why they're called like stands.
But yeah, the stand names are wild. There's
I thought this whole time I thought you guys were saying "stan" like a fan, like the
Oh,
Eminem.
no.
Like,
oh, I wish.
don't go, I'm wondering why. I picked up nothing watching that, but it does sound interesting. It does sound really cool. So, and I have heard a lot about it. So it's popular. So hey, they got to be doing something.
No,
How many
you don't-
episodes is it though? How many episodes is it? Is it something I can
It's
get
like
into?
100,
Yeah,
right?
it's not like a huge amount of episodes, but right now it's like in parts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. Are we on the 7th part? Yeah, we're on
I
the
think we're on
7th
the 7th,
part.
and the 5th one was animated, and it's on Netflix
Yes.
Okay, so the
Ooh,
manga
yes.
is still going too. And then
now. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, quick question, and it may sound really stupid, but is Avatar: The Last Airbender
Ooh, this
an
is a
anime?
debate question.
Controversial.
Oh no!
Is it?
Oh no! He went there.
Is this a thing? Is this a thing?
I think each of us should give our answers and then we'll
So, Ann, go first.
okay, let's go first. I personally don't think Avatar is an anime. My definition of an anime is animation show made in Japan. Simple as that. Produced in Japan. Avatar: Last Airbender has a lot of like anime inspired themes and elements in it, but it's by Nickelodeon. It's by American like writers and people and stuff. So I don't think it's an anime. It's definitely anime inspired, and that doesn't really discredit the show at all, in my opinion. Like Western cartoons can be good too, just like anime, you know. So it's definitely is a good gateway to anime for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I would say
yeah.
that. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing as well. And it's funny because when I had that weird like Avatar reference,
Yes, I saw that.
Yes.
That's why I asked. That's why I asked.
Anime, and I'm like,
oh, it's like, oh, like an anime, and it's like people who don't actually really know like what Avatar: The Last Airbender is, but automatically think it's an anime, but it's not actually an anime. So it's like a really cool reference because if you're not with the culture, then you don't know.
Interesting. Interesting.
But yeah,
Ellie, are you gonna have a different opinion, or are you gonna share their
I'm kind
opinion?
of on the fence. I would say it would be an anime,
Ooh.
but it would be an American style anime, like Toyin said. So I would still classify it as an anime because there are the same way like all manga doesn't come from Japan, all anime doesn't necessarily come from Japan either. So like there's French mangakas, there are American mangakas, there are African, South African mangakas. You can be a mangaka from wherever in the world you want to be from. So that doesn't stop where an anime should come from. So yes, I believe that there are anime inspired shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I would still classify it as an anime.
a mangaka means
Yes,
the
sorry.
author of a manga.
Yeah.
That's what a manga.
Okay. Gotcha.
Gintama,
Yes,
my favorite
Gintama.
anime ever, makes fun of all the anime and all of the filler business and all of that. So
How many beach episodes are in that anime?
that's a good question. There's like a beach arc. So
they have an arc. Yes, they
there's
have
an
an
arc
arc.
where it started at a beach and then they went. Gintama is also kind of similar to JoJo, where you can't really
I
explain
feel
it
like
until you,
Gintama is like a
watch it.
gag anime though. But there's serious parts in
It's a
Gintama
gag.
though.
It's like, but there's serious parts.
Yeah.
Yes, it can serious. It will make you cry as
I
well.
would say
But then there's
Gintama
also
is,
funny
like,
parts.
Every single genre of has slice of life, shonen, adventure, sci-fi, all of that like bunch into one. But its main thing is like comedy, and it's very good, but it's also very wholesome. Like it's not like, and it's long, but it's also one of the anime that doesn't have a lot of filler actually. So which
How
is,
long is it?
Yeah.
I think 367 episodes or something.
That is a small
367
anime
episodes.
by today's standards.
Yeah,
Compared to one.
Yeah, compared
But
to
like
One
anything,
Piece.
if you compare anything to One Piece, it's gonna be like, oh, that's
Yep.
small. But that's because One Piece is pushing like 1,000 and still is churning out episodes.
Yeah, yes, we are
That could
actually
be
on
anything.
the manga coming out next week is part 1047.
Oh.
Whoa! For a show that's called One Piece, they sure have a lot of pieces.
They have not found the treasure.
No, they have not.
Hmm.
But you don't understand, okay? It's not about the treasure. It's about
It's
the
not
friends
about
we made
the
along the way.
destination, It's about the journey.
Well, I'm reading the manga now, so
Which is really funny because that's actually what the show is about.
That's funny. But you know, you bring up a good point. Like a lot of the things, like people really do get a lot out of these shows. And I have a cool story about an anime. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Tokyo Ghoul. Have you guys heard of it?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
watched it.
I haven't watched this show, but trigger warning for people. I volunteer at a suicide hotline. I spend about like 8 hours a month at a suicide hotline, and there was this one girl who called, and we were struggling to get her to find a lifeline. A lifeline is something like you spend 2 hours connecting with somebody, and then you got to give them like a little window or a lifeline, is what we call it, to make them want to live. And for somehow we got to anime, and I was like, tell me about this anime, explain it to me. And she just like kept on going and explaining it to me, and she telling me how much she loved it. And she's like crying about like the characters and how much she loves them, and like it literally saved her life. Like it's a cool story, but like I've never seen it, but I always wanted to, because I always remember that story where like this anime saved this girl's life, and I thought that was really cool.
That's powerful.
I recommend the anime. It's good.
It's only
the first
26
season.
episodes, right?
It's good.
Oh, really? 20?
Yeah,
That one's
it's
actually
two
really small and
seasons,
quick.
and then it had other. They did continue it with like
I think
a
it was
third
Reed.
season
That doesn't
as well,
count.
but it's not that great.
Yeah, I
because-
didn't even.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So just watch the first 2 seasons, and then you should be fine.
Okay.
Yes.
The first season is the best.
I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, it's 13 episodes each season. It's very quick.
Mhm.
You could probably binge it one night, really. But yeah, third season doesn't count. Don't at me on that one.
Yeah.
Don't-
Yeah. But it's cool that like how
It makes-
it really made me understand how invested people get into these animes, and like how rich their stories are if they could do
It's just
something like
art.
that.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like they're deep.
I know I've said this to you once before, Neebz, but One Piece, like, I am so invested in it that I started this show quite literally 21 years ago.
It's wild.
It's still going, and I'm still invested. And I can't believe this is a statement I get to make every now and then, but I have literally cried tears over a animated boat.
What does that
I
mean?
cried while reading the manga.
hmm
No, can we
Not even watching.
can we go back to crying over a boat? Someone explain this to me, because Jazz brings this up all the time, and I have no context of that.
I've been hearing this too recently. Like, can you explain that more? Is it like something to do with like the 1000 episode, or am I just
No,
thinking,
this
like-
actually happened in like episode 300. We are way beyond this boat.
Was it the
Was it a
original
boat?
boat?
Was it a cool looking boat? Like,
It it was the original boat. The
Maybe
name was
that's
Going
why.
Merry, and
She was family.
maybe it's just
she was family.
Okay.
And
That's
so when she
nice.
passed away, it was really sad.
Oh, there you go. See,
All right, all right.
Yeah, you become so connected to this stupid boat, and it's like the dumbest thing, because like it's straight up plot armor. Like it should not happen. Boats should not have like a conscience or something, but you just really connect with it, and it's a stupid boat.
Wait,
And
the
you're just
boat
like,
have a conscience?
yeah,
So he's like Kit from like Knight Rider.
kinda.
Okay, then I understand.
Because all throughout the show, it's never mentioned, and then when it's convenient, they bring this little plot point in, and it's just the dumbest transition. But oh my god, dude, that episode, I was just bawling.
Oh man. All right, I get that. I mean, I died when the house in Kanto broke apart, so I guess.
No, you didn't.
It's actually a lot like that. Yes, it is a lot like that. But in Kanto, at least made sense, right? Because like the house was always magical.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is just in one arc. Suddenly, the boat has a spirit, and then it's just it's straight up plot armor. But
Okay.
Oda, the writer, does it so well, and yeah. Also, I may have been a kid, that's why. But
But look, that's fine though, because one thing I will say about the One Piece fandom is when it first came out, I remember having the actual Shonen Jump, like weekly Shonen
Mhm.
Jump books, and they used to have manuals of how to keeping up with One Piece, and people would like keep these like so near and dear to them because that's how they would keep up with the manga because it was so far along. So like Naruto and One Piece came out around similar time periods. So just having
the late 90s.
yes, so like having all of this conglomerated together and being like, no, people have been like true invested in this. People have spent their lives invested in One Piece. So I will give the One Piece fandom that, especially the tried and true ones that have been there from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've
wish I
grown
was
up with
there
the
at
show.
beginning. That's the thing. I wish I was at it at the beginning. I remember when it was on Cartoon Network, and I remember enjoying it. But then
It was on
just
4
like,
Kids.
I remember.
like I remember
Kids
when it
didn't
was
make it.
on, but like obviously like it wasn't on anymore, so I didn't continue watching. But
Where did
yeah, I
4
wish
Kids
I
stop? What was the
into
last
it.
thing you remember? I'm curious now.
Last thing I remember on 4Kids.
What is it?
Is that what?
4Kids? It was like 2006 at some point.
Yeah. What was the last
I
thing you
remember
remember?
watching One Piece.
I'm very curious to see how far back that was.
What was on there?
It was at the beginning of the show, like just like we just
One
it was
Piece.
the very beginning.
I was watching Winx Club
Well,
was my favorite show on there, and then One Piece, and I remember Tokyo Mew Mew or Mew Mew Power. What else? They had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They had that card game show
Yu-Gi-Oh?
anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
How dare you?
Wow, that
How
card game.
dare
show.
you?
Even I know
Let
that
me go
one.
get my deck and
Even-
banish you to the Shadow Realm, okay?
Even I know that one.
You're a fourth-rate dueler with a second-rate deck over here.
You're
Whoa.
close. You're a third-rate
Oh
duelist with
yeah,
a fourth-rate
God, I
deck.
messed up my numbers. How dare I?
Set of Kaiba. I see.
It sounded cool.
It's thank you.
Speaking of sounding cool, you guys definitely sound much cooler than me because I don't know any of this stuff. But I really appreciate you guys coming on here, talking about anime, talking about things you love, and that's what being a nerd is all about, talking about the things we love. So I appreciate you guys coming on here. It was a pleasure having you.